Well, I don't know if I want the internet to know what I'm saying. It's very private. Are
Yes.
we live now?
We are live now, yes.
Is there anybody listening to us so far?
I don't believe so, no.
We're not live.
Yes, we are.
The internet says we're not live.
Well, the internet's stupid. So there. Now you're making me check.
I mean, I'm in the channel.
I see myself right there. Now I'm typing my hello.
Let me refresh the page. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. Nope, still not live.
I'm sitting there staring at myself from 10 seconds ago. It's like I'm in a time warp.
Oh, okay. Now I just heard myself. I got a really annoying voice. I have to turn this off. Sorry.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, I can't do it. It's really confusing, like you said. Well, so what do you want to talk about?
So you actually did some research on the game that we're going to discuss.
I did. I logged in on New Year's Eve. I left the party, the hopping party that I was at. There was a lot of cool people, and they were dancing, and there were songs playing, and hors d'oeuvres were being handed out. And I said, you know what, guys? I got to go do research
Right.
for the upcoming podcast. And I went to the other room, and I closed the door, and I watched you stream Civilization on the NES.
Right. Yes.
And then I fell asleep and woke up, and it was already the new year. It was weird.
Oh, you want to get this thing started?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so for those who shall be tuning in, I don't have the capability of like doing Drum's voice on the fly. That's done in post, and so, oh gosh, I lost my voice. You're gonna have to carry this episode, man.
I've been waiting for you to say that since we started this entire show. Today we'll be discussing in depth StarCraft and all things Stephen Lanier related, including everything awesome like CS:GO. No retro games will be discussed in this episode. No tips or music will be discussed either regarding anything retro. It will all be just awesome CS:GO information and StarCraft information.
Nice. All right, I think I got my voice back, so I appreciate that, but I think we're good. All right. We are going to forego the music because I did not have a chance to set it up. But we are hitting record. We're going to have our traditional 5 seconds of silence as we, contemplate our lives and what has become of them.
What has become of them?
5 seconds of silence.
Mm.
Oh, good night. All right, we're going to start that over. 5 seconds of silence. In the call time, we are, because I'll need this for later. Doesn't the call time say how long we've been talking or something? How long have we been talking?
It seems like forever.
6:45. Okay.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Thank you and welcome. You are tuned in to the Retro Zoo Super Show. We are the Techno Funk Boy, and as I've started explaining on Twitch. I'm trying this out. So, let's give it a go. That Techno Funk Boy equals the Retro Fun Boy.
What?
Is that good? That's not good?
You mean Retro Fun Boys with a Z?
Well, I think we're. I think that ship has sailed. I mean, since there's, five of us in the band, and we're still the Techno Funk Boy.
I always thought it was Techno Funk Boys.
You didn't know the name of the band?
Well, I assumed you included all of us.
No.
Boys.
Nope. That's not a thing that happened.
So it's always been Techno Funk Boy.
It has been.
Singular.
It has been, yes.
So who is the Techno Funk Boy, since there's multiple boys in the band?
I've never really decided
It's probably me.
Excuse me, hold on. That's me.
You?
I don't
You
think
just cover that with a cough? Yeah, that did not work. I think you meant me. I am the Techno Funk Boy. Actually.
Oh, in any case, I am Kai.
And I'm Steven, the Techno Funk Boy.
I am Kai, the person who founded the Techno Funk Boy and named it Techno Funk before Steven joined.
He named it after me. I was the funkiest person you knew.
That's true. That is actually true. I don't get out much. So, Steven, how was your Christmas?
You know what it's like when Earth cracks open and demons from hell come out, and lava, and that's kind of how my Christmas was.
Sadly, I know exactly how that's like.
No, I'm just kidding. It was actually really great, but it was really busy. I'm glad it's over.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. One of those jobs where you're like, actually look forward to Christmas being over. So
that's the most depressing thing ever.
Well, the job is inexorably tied to Christmas.
Yes, that's true.
The bookstore, that is.
Now,
get really busy around Christmas time.
Now that we're all down and depressed.
Mm-hmm. It's where the best art is made.
And it's actually been New Year's as well since you've been here.
That's true. So this is a new year.
This is a new year. This is you have not been on the Retro Zoo since last year. That
seems like ages ago.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, so we actually did spend New Year's together. Not in the traditional way, but I was streaming this week's game. And you were watching because we're a bunch of dorks.
That's right.
I can't believe how many of our friends just kind of showed up and hung around for a long time.
Well, all of our friends are dorks too.
well, that's why they hang out with us, right? I mean, come on. This is a no-brainer.
We're the end of the dork spear. Does that make any sense?
It sounded good. Oh, so yeah, so like Anla did not want to stay up, and so I was like, okay, well, I really wanted to play this game, and it turned out to be just an absolute blast, and I kept playing it for longer than what was that?
Oh, that's my cat Fester. He's sneezing. You didn't know I had a cat named Fester?
I did not know that. No. If there's, maybe you can go on a mission to find some medication for that cough.
Yeah.
And we can call that mission Fester's Quest.
Fester's Quest.
That was a long way for that pun.
Yeah.
It was not worth it, but we're going to leave it in.
Okay. Well, I think it worked, actually, because we've had an episode on Fester's Quest.
Yes, it was.
And maybe this would be a good time to drop that in the show notes.
That's a lot of work. The quality of show notes has gone significantly down since we first started. Like, we used to do like an entire page of them and just make them really nice and all this cool information. And now it's just like,
I spent so much time doing
Here's
that.
some links.
It's just like that's like a bag of links you just kind of spill out
Right.
onto a website. Here you
I'm
go.
literally cut and paste them now. It's like just pour out the
Oh,
bag. There you go. Click on any of them.
they all should be there.
Right. Oh, goodness. So, since we are streaming live on Twitch, we had a question. So, is Steven checking chat? And I think since that question was raised some time ago, the answer is decidedly no.
Well, should I be? Because I was on Twitch for a minute and then it was like really twitchy because
It's really twitchy. Yes.
because there was a delay.
Well, don't turn the volume on.
Okay, hold on. Oh, look, Pokemon on Twitch.
You know what? Never mind. Don't do Twitch.
No, I'm in our channel. I'm turning the mute off. I'm looking at chat. Yes, I am doing chat now. But I don't have a only problem is I don't have a my cool name.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, I go as Brokanu on Twitch. Oh, look, now he says he doesn't care. I went through all this trouble. Oh my goodness.
He's just toying with you now, just to distract you with Pokemon. Okay, explain the cool name thing.
Stephen Lanier is my cool name. It's like my character name, you know?
Then why didn't you pick it?
I don't know how to change it.
Oh, goodness.
I think actually I have one change available to me, and I just haven't used it yet because I wasn't really sure if I wanted to be known as Stephen Lanier on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't
one day
know
I might be a famous Twitch streamer like you.
Sure. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, like I don't know if you can switch. I know you can switch names. I don't know how often or how regular you can do that. I very greedily snagged the name Techno Funk Boy because I am.
Maybe I should make mine as Techno Funk Boys.
With a Z, hopefully. It's got to be with the Z.
Or I could do Techno Funk Boy with an I.
That'd be awesome. That'd be great. So, we do have a fun show ahead of us. We are talking about a new old game. And this game is very, very old, but it's new. And that is going to make sense as we continue. I think kind of. It's going to kind of make sense as we continue. But we are talking about SimCity on the NES. And for those of you who are in the know, who are hip and happening, and were one of the cool kids who had all the Nintendo games growing up, you're going to say, But Kai, SimCity was an SNES game. You foolish man. I
thought it was.
It is, yes. It's actually one of my favorites. So, yeah. So SimCity came out as one of the launch titles on the SNES. Most of which I did have and absolutely love. It was a fantastic launch lineup that included like SimCity, Super Mario World, Pilot Wings was in there. I think F-Zero was in there, but some really, really great games. But SimCity was definitely one of those. But if you were paying attention at the time, there some of the like early ads for the like early announcements of the game was that that it was going to come out on NES and SNES, and that the primary difference between them was going to be graphical. Keeping in mind that when the SNES came out, I mean Nintendo, the NES was still like at the height of its popularity. And a lot more games came out on that system. They didn't just abandon it right away, and so kind of releasing it on both systems at once is something that certainly they were looking into doing, and they actually still do on occasion. Is release a game on two separate generations at the same time. But the NES version never materialized. Then no one ever paid attention again.
No one cared.
No one cared. And that's the end of our episode.
Good night,
Good
ladies and
night.
gentlemen.
So, what we learned today is that Steven hates Christmas, and no one cares about today's topic. So,
That's a great episode.
yeah, this gonna be the title.
That could be every episode. Wait,
Steven hates Christmas, and no one cares. Part 2.
but those are people don't care that I don't hate Christmas. They care about that, but they don't care
I don't
about.
think they care about that either.
Oh, well then I guess we can leave it as it is then. I just like the idea that they're separated. Like Steven hates
Right.
Christmas, and also people in general don't care about anything.
We could just shorten it to this episode sucks, and so do we.
Dude, we could get so many episodes done if we did that. We could do like one Saturday and just knock out like 30 episodes.
Right. And then there's this piece of garbage. I didn't like it, and I don't like you either. Bye.
Today sucks, by the way.
Right.
Man,
Valentine's Day.
dude, how would?
It's annoying.
But you know what? We wouldn't be helping people if we did that. And that's really why we do this show, right?
Yes.
Right. It's
Yes.
for our fellow humanoid.
For the fellow humanoids, yes. It's very important.
We're not human. We're humanoid. We're noidy. I don't know if that makes sense. But...
Now I'm thinking of like the actual Noid from Domino's, which did have some games. And we will talk about those on next
Speaking of-
episode.
speaking of Noids.
This game sucks, and so do we.
Actually, that's a great title for a podcast.
Oh, gosh.
I like
We're
the whole
gonna-
self-deprecating second part. You know, it's like not
Right.
only does this game suck, but so do we. So
Yes.
listen to us. So we definitely have something to contribute.
I'm totally gonna name the episode that just to see what kind of downloads we get. That'd be hilarious.
Dude, actually, that's I. You know what? I'm gonna go to mybookie.com and I'm gonna try to get this up, and I'm gonna bet that people will download this episode more than any other episode if you name it that.
Okay, yes, that is a bet. So it actually this game does not suck. It's actually really good. But SimCity. So SimCity was originally developed. I think it was on C64 originally, which is kind of crazy. But a software developer, Will Wright, was kind of working on another game, which was Raid on Bungling Bay. And what he found was that he thought making the maps was more interesting than actually putting together the rest of the game. And he thought, I bet actually people would like that. Just kind of a map making game. And so, which is essentially what SimCity is. If you have not played one of the SimCity games, first of all, they're more fun than you would expect. And I'm loath to ask this question, but I'm going to. Steven, please tell me you've played a SimCity game.
Age of Empires.
That's fine.
No, okay. I did play SimCity on a PC a long time ago, and so
Oh, cool. Okay.
It looked a lot different. I think when you were talking about, we're going to be playing SimCity, for some reason I was expecting it to look something like what I had played on the PC, and it did not look anything like it. And I, immediately I lowered my expectations and had a good time watching you play.
Not... Wait, did you think it looked better?
No, I guess the
PC?
SimCity I played was it was a more recent.
Oh, was it like
I don't,
was it 2000?
No, it was. I mean, I was a youngster. Let me see. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's been out for a while. I mean, they've been releasing it on. What's it old? I mean, this is an old franchise. I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's
like
on the SNES or NES.
When did the original come out? I'm going to try to glance at things very quickly.
Yeah, look, I just typed in SimCity 90s because I was like a 90s kid. So
yeah, so 87 was the first one.
Yeah, no, I played one of the 90s releases.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, that might have been SimCity 2000, which was a fantastic. It was a massive step forward in SimCity. It was great.
Yeah, it was SimCity 2000.
So okay. So yeah. So this game came out, and as was common, in late 80s, early 90s, PC and desktop games, it was it was it was very detail oriented. It was designed for computer nerds, and it was very good for that. But when Nintendo was about to launch the Super Famicom, Miyamoto himself was was actually thinking along the lines of, hey, it'd be really cool to kind of do this sandbox type of game where you just kind of build your own world. And some people were like, well, that game exists. It's called SimCity. And so he checked it out, and sure enough, this is a game where you design your own city and you see how things work together. You lay out streets and try to keep control of traffic and kind of manage all of the big picture details of a city. And he thought it was great and immediately went to Maxis, who was the publisher of SimCity, and they came to an agreement to do both an SNES and an NES version. And then Will Wright came to Nintendo headquarters for a week to help develop the game, because what they were trying to do was they were trying to take all the great fun of SimCity, but kind of make it a little bit more light and frothy and playful,
Frappy, like a frappuccino.
like frappuccino. Yes,
So
they
trying to frap
wanted
it
to
up.
frappachize that thing and make it cool for all the less nerdy geeks who played Nintendo games.
You have to cater to those.
Right. So this was, I mean, SimCity on the SNES was huge. It was, like I said, one of the launch titles. It was great. It is a well-beloved game that is just a ton of fun. And the NES version has been lost to time until last year. Or no, not last year. It's 2019, people. It's still 2017, where 2 playable prototype cartridges popped up, and these were brought into a game shop in Portland, and in the Seattle area, and they were recognized for what they were. And eventually, the Video Game History Foundation, Frank Cifaldi's organization, managed to snag a digital copy of it. And late last year, 2018, it was made available as a ROM for people to download. And so on New Year's Eve, that's what we did, is we downloaded and played this game. And it was an unfinished prototype, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. I was kind of expecting it to be pretty broken. And there are, that I'm reading, areas of the game that are very broken. But I didn't run across any of those. And I actually played it for a good 4 hours. My city topped out at 396,000 people.
Is that a metropolis?
That is a metropolis, but it's not a megalopolis, which is the goal of the game, which
You're
is
looking for a megalopolis, yeah.
500,000 people.
My goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Which I did not achieve. It did top out at that much, and of note, I've never achieved it in the SNES version, despite how many times I've played that. It's kind of one of those things that I want to go back and take a, and get a better strategy for the SNES one, just so I can finally finish the game after so very long, because I sunk a ton of hours to this game. But it was a lot of fun, and so we are going to chat a little bit more about this game on the other side of the break.
The break
The
is
break.
coming.
And we are back. It's amazing how those breaks work when
Yeah,
we're
it didn't even seem like it happened.
Oh,
Hey, I was thinking over the break, since we had this really long break.
it was long today, wasn't it?
It was really long. It's like it was longer than normal, at least.
Yeah.
When you said had I ever played SimCity, the only game, like I did play a little bit of SimCity, but I played Populous 2. That was the game that like me and my older brother played a lot of, and it was by Bullfrog Productions. You're basically like a Greek god,
Well,
and
yeah, naturally.
and you make you control. It's like SimCity. You control this little civilization. The difference is it's like the people worship you, and and you get to like manipulate the land. And anyway, I'm actually watching a little bit of it right now, and I'm very intrigued.
So
But
you didn't play SimCity.
I did play SimCity, but this is the game if I played SimCity, I probably didn't know what I was doing, and I just watched my brother play it. I don't think I actually played it. So yeah, maybe I should have said I didn't play it. I
Yeah.
played Populous 2. This is the SimCity type game that I actually put a lot of time into. And so 1991. So it's not actually. And it was a DOS game. I guess it says it was DOS. I don't know. Anyway, that's a long time ago, dude. That's like the beginning of my life. I was like, well, anyway.
So
I
there was
digress.
there was an SNES version of that game, wasn't there?
There very well may have been. I'm going to look it up right now because
Let's look at that up because I remember. Okay, so what I remember about Populous was that I I looked at it a lot in some magazine because it looked cool.
it was awesome.
So
Yeah,
there
it's
was.
Populous. Is Populous SNES worth playing today? Says SNES drunk. Yeah, Aladdin or it was made by-
SNES Drunk says that we should play it.
He's asking a question.
Where are you? You know what? Don't tell me. I don't.
I'm somewhere deep in the interwebs, in the
I don't-
underbelly
I
of the
don't wanna
internet, discovering these things. SNES Drunk is a YouTube channel with 90,000 subscribers. But yeah, it looks like it is a SNES game. It looks exactly like the PC game. Well, actually, it doesn't look quite as good as the PC game, but
I wouldn't imagine it would.
it is an SNES game.
Oh, I need to check that out.
Okay, well, we can do another episode on that because I'm totally stealing the thunder from this amazing
There's
episode.
no thunder here.
Yeah, that's the problem with SimCity. There was no thunder.
What,
There was just
there were
planes
disasters.
crashing. There was planes crashing all the time.
There were all sorts of disasters. You could have like a tornado, flooding, fires, a giant dinosaur. That was Bowser in the SNES version, at least. Bowser would come destroy your city. How cool is that?
That is awesome.
That's
Is that are you
hardcore.
serious?
Yeah,
That's really cool. I'm
yeah,
glad
that
they.
was pretty cool. So, so one thing that really surprised me about this game is how close it was to the SNES version. Now I know the ad said that the main difference would be just graphical, and the graphics were definitely different. But I mean, one really cool thing is like all of the same commands worked, and so like I fell right into the rhythm of it. You know, I was able to navigate the menus very, very easily because I'm so familiar with the SNES version. So everything's basically in the same place. One of the smaller differences is the map itself is smaller, and so if you've played the SNES version, what you do in this game is you don't build buildings really. You zone out areas, and if people want to move into your city, they do. And so you just set up like residential zones and commercial zones and that sort of thing, and you set up these zones in a 3x3 square, and that's the way it is. But on the NES version, those squares are 2x2. But your town still gets gifts along the way, and if you played the SNES version, these gifts will like increase the value of the land around it, increase the population. Like people want to go like live next to the park or live next to, well, your house is one of the gifts, or the windmill or something like that. And so it kind of provides like this population boost in that area. And so what you would do, there's a strategy in SNES called making donuts, where you put residential zones in a circle around the gift. And that worked out really, really well for the SNES version. But in the NES version, that doesn't work because the gifts are back to the 3x3 size, and the zones are 2x2. And so it's like this very, very simple change, like completely alters the way you approach the game. If you're used to like making these residential donuts like I am in the SNES version, you have to do a new strategy. And so I thought that part was kind of interesting. The other difference that I had to find right away is because I always play with the money glitch. And this goes back to the old problem that these games so often had, is that if you could trick the game into getting a value in the negative, it didn't know how to deal with that, and so it just cycled that number to the top of the available number range, because it just doesn't understand numbers less than 0. And so you use this a lot, like especially in speedrunning. Like one of the games I was working on speedrunning is Final Fantasy IV, and you could use this glitch quite a bit to get people to underflow, is what they call it, somebody's magic points, and basically give them infinite magic. And so that is a glitch that you wanted to do with the money, so that you didn't have to worry about money. You could just build and build all you want. But the money glitch does still exist in the in the NES version. It's just done slightly differently. But essentially, you get a loan from the bank, and then you get everything down to 0 as far as dollar amount, so that your loan payment will put you into the negative.
Does this work in real life too?
Yes. Actually, we had this whole discussion about that's basically what Congress does. I mean, that's the whole reason for the debt ceiling. They keep talking about. They're trying to underflow the money.
Oh, okay.
It's a little glimpse in the world of politics. I know we don't talk about politics in the show, but that it all makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it all makes sense. You think that they're just unable to budget right, but really, they're trying to underflow the money.
They're trying to get it all down to 0 so that it gets it goes up to the
underneath,
highest.
and now we have basically infinite money. It hasn't worked yet, but it should be fine.
What do you think? 50 trillion? You think it'll happen at that, or
probably? Yeah, we'll just shoot for that.
$100 trillion in debt.
Just whatever it is, it'll be fine.
I don't even know what a trillion is. I thought it's like a Star Trek alien.
Well,
the trillions have come.
we could, that would be interesting for us to illustrate for the listener. Let's count to 1 trillion. In that way, we all get a glimpse of what kind of number it really is. So 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1,000, million, billion, trillion. Whew. See, it's a good thing I had that subroutine planted into my brain. The super fast counting subroutine.
I do not believe you were really counting. Yeah, I'm kind of a drum on this one.
Let's do it together, Drum. Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, 4,
All right,
5,
speed it up.
6. Stop it, Drum.
Faster.
1 trillion. Thank you.
See, he can do it. Drum's the
I
man,
don't trust either one of you.
or the machine, I should say.
Oh goodness. Oh, so SimCity on the NES is now, thanks to Frank Cifaldi's organization, available for download. It's a game that was never quite finished, but went through through most of its development and has kind of reached this point. But it is available. It was an absolute, and I am a huge SimCity fan, but it was an absolute blast to play. I had a lot of fun play. I wasn't really expecting it to be that fun, but it felt so much like the SNES version, which I just adore. That I really just jumped in and had a blast with it.
Yeah, no, it looked like a lot of fun, and it's kind of like Legos, right? Playing with Legos is the fun is building the Legos, not actually playing with them.
Yeah, the stuff that Maxis was doing, like these original Sim games, and I don't mean The Sims, that came later, but these original Sim games, starting with SimCity and then going into the other branches of that, and we're going to have to talk about Sim Tower at some point because that's actually my favorite. But these are really pushing the kind of the sandbox genre that has never really died down. And today you have Minecraft as just a testimony to how much fun a sandbox game can be. That, after goodness, 30 years of us having these types of games, they haven't gotten old and people still love them.
Well, and oddly enough, they can have terrible graphics like Minecraft or SimCity, and people still like them because on that type of game, it's really not about the graphics. It's really about, it's a sandbox. Yeah, sand is, if you look at a piece of sand, it just looks stupid. It looks like a piece of dirt. So the whole idea of a sandbox is like a bunch of granules together look dumb in and of themselves, but together they can make a sandcastle.
Have you watched any of Conan O'Brien's gaming reviews?
I have, where he describes a game.
Yeah,
and, he's not a gamer at all.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the point of the for if the listener hasn't heard, he does not play video games, and that's kind of the point. He's just he
basically ridicules us for our love of the game by pointing out how obviously dumb something is.
Right. Oh, but the one for Minecraft was absolutely hysterical, just because he was just constantly making fun of the graphics, and he says at some point he's like, my character has glaucoma. It's just hilarious. But
he's a pretty funny dude.
Yeah. So it does look like we have a phone call.
What?
Phone call. You remember these, right?
No, dude. It's been too long. I have amnesia.
You have amnesia?
Yes, short-term amnesia brought about by the stress of the holiday season. So we get callers. Okay, I'm going to be a little weird on this call because I don't remember ever having a caller in the past because I have amnesia.
Wow.
So go ahead, caller. Drum, put him on. Make it so.
Hello? Yes, I'm sorry. Are you laughing at me? No, we're not laughing at you.
We're laughing with you.
I don't know if you remember me, but my name is Gerald.
Gerald.
Gerald, yes. Gerald. Steven, you remember Gerald?
Geraldo? I remember Geraldo. Maybe it was Gerald. Yes, Gerald, go ahead. We're very interested in what you've called about.
Anyways, I would have expected better service to a repeat caller, but that's fine.
Would you want a
I
cookie?
have a concern. Sure? What kind of cookie?
Drum, send him a digital cookie.
Affirmative. Aren't those bad?
You didn't
Can
see.
you quit talking, Gerald? What?
Sorry.
Gerald, go ahead. Go right ahead. Okay. Well,
Gerald, we're listening.
I have a concern. I have a concern about the show that I'm actually a little bit embarrassed for you. Okay.
Welcome to my world.
You keep referring to SimCity as an NES game, and it is in fact an SNES game. And you are, like broadcasters of retro gaming, and I would have expected you to know that.
Have you been tuned in since the beginning, or logged in, or
Absolutely.
since the beginning of the show?
Absolutely. I've been listening from the beginning, about 15 minutes ago.
You've caught every minute in.
That's not the whole show. It's from the very, very beginning. No, that was kind of the point of what we're talking about, is that there was an NES version.
Gerald.
I don't think so.
Gerald, I'm going to need you to look around. Is there anybody near you?
No, I'm at my home.
Yeah, well, you don't have anybody living at your home. Another person, a cat, a dog, anybody.
Are you making fun of me for being
No,
single?
I'm just asking. I need to know who.
I will have you know that I have had my opportunities, sir. But
So
I have chosen.
You're single, but do you
I have
a
chosen
pet?
not to take them. You don't.
Pet. No
you don't
pet?
have to. You don't have to make fun of me because I'm alone.
No, this is not about making fun of you.
And Steven's alone too.
I'm alone too. And look, if okay, let me just put it this way. I'm alone right now. I have my cat Fester. He's gone to bed. She's gone to bed. But
well, is it a he or a she?
It's a she. I say he sometimes because I usually give animals he names, but it's really a she. But listen, my cat Fester is in bed.
Is it a separate bed?
Is it a separate bed?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like this 1950 shows.
Has your cat?
But listen, but listen, I would.
What?
I'm
cat's not your wife.
I'm asking if Gerald, Kai, stay on topic here. I'm asking if there's anybody nearby that can help Gerald here.
Why do I need help?
There's no cat, dog, person, neighbor. Give neighbors. Okay.
A cat,
I need you to
dog
go to your neighbor's
person?
house and ask them to give you a wedgie. Because you didn't listen to the full show and now you're calling us liars. So you just need a big rough wedgie.
I don't think that's appropriate.
I think that would help him to understand.
Well, clearly he has not listened to the whole show. I've been listening from the beginning. You have not been listening to it. That's just Gerald, you're a dirty liar.
Yeah, and you need a wedgie.
I don't know. I don't think he needs a wedgie.
Or maybe a full Melvin.
What's a full Melvin?
That's where the underwear wraps around your head.
I thought that was Atomic Wedgie.
Oh, yeah. Full Melvin is front and back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I do not think that's possible.
Go get your neighbor, ask your neighbor to perform one on you, and then you'll see. And then you won't call into awesome radio shows and waste genius hosts' time about your lives.
It's not a waste of time. You obviously haven't played this game before. It is an SNES. There is an NES version as well as the SNES version.
Hey, were you the guy that called about Diablo? Was that the guy that said that there is no cow level?
No, Gerald called last time saying that I was mispronouncing all the names in Final Fantasy IV. That I should be rolling my R's when I say Rosa. 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 We're not going over this again. It's been like a year. You have not learned how to say Rosa yet. It's a video game made in Japan.
There's a lot of Spanish speakers there.
Yes. Stephen, you and I understand each other. Let's practice together. Rosa. Can you two please stop?
Rosa. Dude, you need a wedgie. Get off our show. I need a refill.
I'm going to hang up now, not because you've threatened me, but because I have a Hot Pocket in the oven.
You are a Hot Pocket. I'm sorry, Gerald. Go have fun with your hot pocket and wedge
I,
yourself. Just put your underwear over a doorknob and lift your legs up. I'm sorry. I'm not nice. I'm this is what the holiday hell has brought about.
it's like every year you come back and it's just you're you're a little on edge.
A little beaten down, man. I've seen things most mortals shall never have to see.
What, like retail customers?
Something like that. Retail customers on crack cocaine.
What kind of bookstore is this?
A bookstore from hell. No, not really. It was a great Christmas season, and I'm just pleased to be of service to the community, to be an avatar of Amazon.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know anymore,
goodness.
Kai. It's been too long. I might need to go to therapy.
I'm thinking so.
I've actually.
But in the
been
meantime,
I've been working on a subroutine for drum to be a
no,
therapist.
no. Look, no more subroutines. Last time you put in a subroutine, he wandered off the edge of the world.
Oh, that's right. That was epic.
That was epic. Oh, I think that's going to do it for today. We will put the link to the
Fester's Quest episode.
No, that too, if I remember. But the more important thing is the ROM for the NES version of SimCity.
Right.
If you are amongst those who are willing to download ROMs, then that will be there for you to experience. You will probably do better than I did, but it was an absolute blast. We'll also put
Super
in links, of course, to our Discord server.
We weren't on Discord doing this.
We are on Discord doing this, yes.
Oh, I wasn't.
Well, you are, but
Okay.
I've got it under control, man.
I got you, dude.
I've got it under control.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you have things under control. Okay.
Oh, yeah, and for those of you who did try to download the Angels We Have Heard on High the day that we announced that it was available, I apologize. We had that page set up wrong, and so it's available now. It's after Christmas, but if you want to get it, it's there. We got it fixed just a couple days before Christmas, so hopefully most of you were able to snag it properly. But my apologies for those of you who did go there and found nothing, because that's what there was there for a little bit. But please do check out the Discord server. We have been streaming this live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/TechnoFunkBoy is where you can find us. We try to get as many of these streamed as possible. Sometimes it's just not possible, but most of the time it is. So please do check us out there, and we will be back next week. Just remember, Techno Funk Boy equals Retro Fun Boy.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thanks for having me back on the show.
And we are out.
Boom. I'm sorry. I feel like I ruined your show.
Okay, we're still live.
Oh.
So don't talk smack about yourself. This is
I never self-deprecate.
this is always our post-show ritual, where Steven says, "Man, it was really bad, that episode." And I say, "No, you weren't." And secretly, I'm thinking,
Yes, you were. Yes. Why do I have this guy as my co-host? I miss the holidays already. Well, I have a good time.
I do too.
Saturdays, dude. We got to do it.
Yeah, at some point, and we'll broadcast that whole bad boy. We'll make that a massive.
Yeah, that would be like a serious serious episode. I mean, stream actually.
So,
We should. I
well,
want to
yeah.
do it
What?
this Saturday, but I got family coming in from out of town.
Well, that's not helpful. Are you trying
Yeah,
to get away from them? I mean,
no, they're awesome. I love my family. And actually, my brother-in-law is going to be here, and he's a big retro video gamer. So, um, I'm sure he would enjoy listening to the show broadcast live. I don't know if he listens to us though.
well, you want? If you want to, we can record one episode at the time, and
Yeah, that might
let
be
him,
better to try to just cram one in, and then
that way he can hear it and and check it out.
I'm trying to figure out what time of the day we should do it. It'd probably have to be in the evening, huh? For you to.
I
Otherwise,
don't know. I
no
don't
one.
think Saturday's. I think Saturday's fine. I don't. I think I just gotta be working on closet and stuff.
Okay, let me get back to you on that. If we can do it on Saturday, I'm gonna try, but like I don't want to commit my my day yet because like they are gonna be here. They're coming Friday night, so
Yeah,
uh, unless it might have to be on the later side if we do it.
yeah.
But
Well,
and
this is.
I might have people sitting watching me do it, which is what happened tonight too, actually.
Oh,
Which
who's there? Say hi.
well, they're in bed now. Fester was here. I mean, my wife was here. I've just decided
Wait,
to name.
Fester's your wife?
That was who was sneezing
I
in
thought
the
it was
background.
I thought it was like Pippa or something.
Steven doesn't have a wife, so
Well, I
I
know,
decided
but you
to
went
name my
with
wife
Fester.
Esther. And that's not very flattering, but I thought that would throw the audience off. You know, they wouldn't know I was talking about my wife.
Oh my goodness, it's awesome.
Because who calls their wife Fester? But she definitely is not a Fester. She's but so anyway, I might have more than my wife watching. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to think about it because you know what? After a couple drinks, it doesn't matter really who's
Yeah.
watching.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no. And so, yeah, I think I'm pretty. I gotta check. I think I'm just putting down flooring on Saturday, and so.
You said that last week, dude.
I
kind of think you're just making that up now.
I overslept because I was up so late on the SimCity thing.
Mm-hmm.
I overslept on Tuesday, and I was going to put it down before I came over. But then I was going to get the kids donuts first, so I had already overslept, and then I was going to get the kids donuts, and all the donut places were closed. So it took me forever to get the donuts. So then I was sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, if I start this, then I'm going to be able to spend no time over there. And
Dude, I'm glad you came. I'm glad you said
yeah, I was blessed.
no to the floors. Yeah.
Says no to the floor.
Say no to the floors.
Say no to the floor.
Dude, it was fun. No, and dude, that New Year's Eve night, I went outside with Fester, and I mean my wife, and they were like popping fireworks everywhere. Like all of our neighbors were doing fireworks, and then all of a sudden, like I'm hearing like, I'm seeing these mortars go off, and like hearing little black cats and stuff, and it's like, and then all of a sudden I hear. Like somebody had like a 50 caliber cannon, dude. I'm serious.
Nice.
Like a couple miles away, it was just. I mean, you could hear the metal receiver clanking back and forth, and I was like, I hope no stray 50 caliber rounds fly through my house and destroy everybody in the room.
Yeah, that would be best.
I actually heard several automatic weapons. It was kind of crazy.
Wow.
But I live in the country. So, anyway, let's try for Saturday. I mean,
And I think if we stream on Saturday, because this has been like a weird week where I have streamed 3 nights in a row, which has never happened.
Yeah.
And I had plans to stream tomorrow, probably some more Phantasy Star. So if we're gonna plan on Saturday, then I'm gonna have to think of something to stream on Friday.
So that you can stream every day during the week.
Yes, just
Do you get a badge for that?
I don't know. Possibly.
You probably will. You
Very
probably
possible.
get a badge. All right, we'll stream. Dude, I downloaded. I told you that the remastered version of StarCraft. You should download that, and then you can stream StarCraft remastered, and then you can get into StarCraft. I just figured out your Friday plans.
That sounds fun.
I understand.
So
Awkward.
awkward.
All right, man. Let me get to bed, dude. I got to get up in the morning. I got a compliance training I have to go to where we take turns writing barcodes on each other's foreheads. I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds
Anyway.
that sounds fun.
Yeah. All right, man.
All
Well,
right, cool.
I'll hit you up. I'll see you Sunday. Or oh, no, we'll talk before then because we'll talk about Saturday.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right,
All
man.
right, talk to you later.
Dude, later, dude.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so let me make sure that this is going to work. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. Appreciate it, and we'll probably see you tomorrow. Take care.